Happy Pride, everyone. I hope everyone enjoyed the weekend to be themselves. You know, we have to devote a day so that we can be ourselves without being judged, which is crazy that this world has made us be like that. But anyway, I'm high as fuck. Can I just put out my disclaimer that I'm high as fuck? Yeah, so I'm here in San Fran, of course. I've never been to any Pride anything. I'm kind of sucks that I didn't get to like really experience the whole thing because it wasn't like a planned thing or whatever. So it's Sunday and they had the parade earlier, but I didn't get up early enough to go because I was out late last night doing my rides. Well, I was hanging out a little bit, delivering food, hanging out a little bit, and then I said, oh, I'll try to catch a couple rides. I did it for like, half an hour. It was good though, 30 minutes, and surge, it's serious. Okay, if you could make $40 in 20 minutes, everybody would be doing it, right? It don't happen all the time, but you have to know when those moments are. But back to the subject. Okay, so I didn't get up early enough to go and really experience the parade, but I went to like the aftermath where the young folks stay and hang out, like really want to just turn up like 10 million notches. Yeah, those kids. And I remember being that kid once. Anyway, so I'm trying to make this short and I'm doing a horrible job. I'm sorry, I was smoking, so if anyway, so my point is, what is my point? Give me a second. Okay, so my point is, okay, I did a post just now on Instagram, and the reason why I did the post is because I was feeling some kind of way. This whole Pride thing got me feeling a certain kind of way, and so oh yes, it was making me think about your mindset and how we think, like the being here and the feeling of just like you can be yourself. People in this world, people are going to be judgmental. It doesn't matter where you are or who you are. But I think the whole key to this whole thing is just allowing somebody to be who they are without harming them because you can't tolerate it, or treating them, I don't know how to explain it. But anyway, the point is, it's great to be able to have that moment, because every day we are out here worrying about what the next one thinks. And I think that I'm so high that I don't remember what the topic of the video is supposed to be. This is gonna be a fucked up video. Shit. Oh, yes, I remember. It's about creating the life that is what brings you happiness. It's a mindset. It's a mindset. What you like, your peace of mind and your happy life is a mindset. And to have a happy life, it starts right here in the noggin, and you have to think in a positive way. Stop always worrying about what other people think, feel, say, because those people and their thoughts, they're going to feel that way no matter what you do. You cannot sit here and try to make people happy, because they're always going to find something wrong no matter what you do. And all you're doing is killing yourself to please someone else. And who's pleasing you? Exactly. So my thing is, there's a lot of distractions in the world, and the distractions are those people who are opinionated and make you feel a certain way. And you need to learn how to just block that out. Like, block it out. Because that's a distraction in your life. Your focus is you. And those people and what they got to say is all a distraction. All it is them putting all of these things into your ears, making you go bananas about all these things that you've heard. Because what we are exposed to, what we hear, see, feel, it's all here for a reason. We have senses. They say 5 senses. it's so that our brain can interpret things in this world. And if you hear negative, your brain is going to interpret a negative world. And that is where you lose your focus. Understand? Like, I'm just saying, this is my opinion. Like, I'm not religious. I'm not a public speaker. I don't even know how, like, legally you're supposed to, but I have freedom of speech, right? So this is my speech, and I'm free to say it and say how I feel about the world. And if you agree with me, you agree with me. If you don't, you don't. Like, I'm not breaking any laws. I can do whatever the hell I want. I'm being me. And nobody could take that from me. As long as I'm not doing harm to anyone or breaking any rules or being a nuisance to a menace to society, And a lot of people don't learn how to live in this world and have peace in your mind and just coexist with the rest of the world. And that's why everybody fears each other, because they don't know how to just accept each other. And that's some bullshit. People need to get this shit together. And we have who we have. That is definitely not a great influence. And y'all know what I'm talking about. That's not a great influence. Like, what's that telling any of us? And then we have our kids growing up in that, and now they confused. They don't know what the hell that's why it's up to us to teach them. And not so much like after, when the young kids want to go turn up and twerk and do all the things that they do. Okay. During the day, when it's nice and safe and everyone's having fun and there's no threats to anything in the daytime, expose your kids to certain things. Like, your kids need to get cultured. We are keeping our kids sheltered, and you living in these places where it's like, you think that's all you got. You live in it. I'm going real in on this video, and I'd be surprised if anybody watches the whole thing. But you know what? I said what I had to say. If you tuned in, I'm happy. If you didn't, oh well, it's no big deal. But I'm going to say it anyway. Like, people go to church every day, and they listen to the pastor speak for how long? And I'm not even trying to be that. I'm just saying, you give your time to hear someone if you really want to hear what they have to say. That's what I'm saying. Okay. So those who want to hear me will hear me. Those who don't. And if you don't, it don't matter. At least I got it out my system and I said it, because the most important thing is to get things out of your system. To speak to yourself. You ain't need to hear nobody. Nobody needs to hear you. Because it doesn't matter. You ain't satisfying them. You're satisfying you. You're getting your thoughts across to yourself. You listening to yourself. That's all that matters. The only audience you need is yourself. If you get an audience outside of that, that's great. I mean, people believe in you, and they, they look up to you, and they trust you. Most importantly, they trust you. But anyway, I'm just going to end this because I'm rambling. I didn't even smoke that much. But obviously, I smoked enough to let me knock down a wall or two. Those of you who know me know that Renee that is not one to talk much, and when she does, she just talks about other people, never about what she thinks. And now Renee's talking about how she feels. So everybody gets to really know Renee for who she is, even though y'all who knew me from day one think y'all know me. You don't, because I never spoke. Because everything that going on up in here, you have no idea, because I never said it. So you can never say you know me. Now you can say you know me, because now you get to hear it. The person before today, or the past week, or I'll say the past year at the most. The person I have been since in the past year, if you ain't, wasn't around, you don't know me, because I've changed a lot. And I could say there's a lot of people who don't know me, because during this past year, I haven't been around that many people. So this is the real Renee. Nobody can sit here and talk anything else about my past, because my past was my mistakes. And now today, forward is my future. And it's a different me, a different person, making different choices, doing different things, making making the best of her life now. Because I see a future, and a bright future for myself. I know I'm probably talking too much, but I could be wrong. I may not even know what I'm talking about, but that's how I feel, right? And it's about talking about how I feel. And that's what we all, need to acknowledge how we feel. My negative feelings, I'm not sharing that with y'all, because that's for me to sort out in here. And as long as I'm sorting it out in here, when I speak, you're going to hear something completely different from what you're used to. Because you're going to be like, oh, that chick has really been doing some thinking. Because everything that's coming out my mouth is from all the thoughts of all the things that I've done in my life and all the lessons that I've learned in my life. And I may express it in many different ways. I might do it in humor. I said this earlier in my video, how I may be. I may do it in humor. I may be serious. There may be times I want to be serious. There may be times that I might get emotional. I try not to, but you never know. I might sound like I'm angry. I'm just expressing my feelings at the time. I may just be frustrated. But this is who I am. So, yeah. I know I was like, anyway, let me just go, because I think I'm done for the day. Like, done in so many ways. I was supposed to go and make some money. I said, okay, I'll check this out for a couple hours, blah, 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 blah. And then I'll go try and make some money, because I know there's money out there right now. But not this chick. Not today. All right. So, out, you guys. Pleasure talking to you. I appreciate all those who tune in and listen, and I will continue to keep giving you the real. Adele Unfiltered is out.